Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Inshallah, in this video, our group will present about an issue titled The Threat of Western Culture to Islamic World. Western culture, originating in Europe and North America, has had a huge global impact. It is based on Greek, Roman, and Christian traditions and developed through important historical events such as the Renaissance, the Enlightenment, and the Industrial Revolution. Important ideas such as democracy, individual freedom, and secularism shaped much of Western society. The main features of Western culture are individualism, where the personal freedom is highly valued, and democracy, which allows individuals to participate in governance. This contrasts with cultures that emphasize the community and collective values. In addition, the technology and innovation based on the scientific method have become the central of Western culture, leading progress in fields such as medicine and engineering, influencing the world. Western cultures also strongly emphasize the freedom of speech and equality, focusing on gender rights, racial equality, and LGBT rights. However, these values sometimes clash with more traditional societies. In entertainment, Western culture, particularly through Hollywood, has greatly influenced global popular culture, leading to a cultural homogenization and, at the same time, cultural blending. Despite its positive impact, Western culture also faced criticism for promoting materials and neglecting the social and environmental concerns. Its secularism also contradicts with the society where religion plays a major role. In conclusion, Western culture shaped the global civilization, but at the same time, it presents the challenges, especially when interacting with the cultures that prioritize different values. The Islamic world is facing the threat of enemies who aim to undermine Islam, especially through intellectual attacks. These attacks are not physical but involve ideological reforms, often originating in the West. The main challenge for Muslims is liberalism, which includes secularism, humanism, and religious pluralism. These attacks are subtle, often spread through Western culture, such as movies and stories, and subtly contradict with Islamic values and influence Muslims, especially those with a weak religious foundation. The education system also contributes to this issue by separating the rational knowledge from the revealed knowledge, such as teaching the science without integrating the evidence from the Quran and the Hadith. This separation weakens Muslims' understanding and relationship with both types of knowledge. Examples of this are the evident in the widespread acceptance of zina, dating, dressing improperly, imitating Western fashion and behavior in the media such as Malay dramas. So this video will explore what are the negative impacts of Western cultures on Muslims, analyze the contributing factors, and suggest what are the solutions to protect Muslim faith.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Adib bin Badruddin. My matrix number is 1231548. So today I will explain about the threats of Western culture to Islamic world. So what I want to explain is about the Quran and the Hadith as a guide and foundation for good character. So the Quran and Hadith is the main sources of Islamic teaching, and it guides Muslim in developing good character through virtues like honesty, patience, kindness, and humility. And the Quran provides ethical principles, urging truthfulness, compassion, and perseverance, while the Hadith offers practical examples from Prophet Muhammad SAW, and he is a model of moral excellence. Despite modern challenges like materialism and individualism, this timeless teaching promotes faith, self-restraint, and social harmony, helping Muslims build a just and compassionate society. So that's all from me. Thank you.
Next, factors that lead someone to be influenced in Western culture that oppose Islamic teaching. Western culture influences Islamic beliefs in a few big ways. First, media. The media often portrays Islam negatively while making Western lifestyle seem modern and attractive. This can lead people to question their values and adopt behaviors that go against Islamic teaching like materialism and immodesty. Second, education. In many non-Western countries, Western education systems are common. While they can offer good opportunities, they also bring secular ideas that may challenge Islamic principles, making students more likely to doubt or move away from their faith. Third, economic and political power. Western countries, especially the US and Europe, have a huge global influence through trade and multinational companies. This spreads consumerism and materialism, which can shift priorities in places like Saudi Arabia and the UAE, where success and wealth often overshadow Islamic values like modesty and humility. These influences are powerful, making it harder for people to hold on to traditional Islamic values in the face of modern Western pressures.
So we continue to the negative impacts on Muslim faith and character. First, affected ideology begin by considering absolute integrity as their right without taking into account the laws of Allah. In Islam, true integrity does not only depend on human judgment but is guided by the laws of God that have been outlined in the Quran and Hadith. Second, excessive admiration for Western ideas can lead some Muslims to abandon their cultural and religious identities. Some individuals, especially youths, may begin to abandon Islamic cultural customs and even religious values in order to adapt to Western norms, which will lead to the weakening of commitment to worship and rejection of traditional values and loss of pride as a Muslim.
Okay, next, we move to the threat of Western culture to the Islamic world, focusing on the most widespread examples. Firstly, entertainment and media. It play a significant role in spreading Western culture. Hollywood films and Western music have become a global phenomenon. In addition, social media platforms like Instagram and TikTok make it easier for these cultures to spread. Secondly, consumerism and materialism. Introduce Western culture through fast food chains like McDonald's and KFC, which are popular among Muslims. Western fashion trends like skinny jeans and crop tops are also increasingly accepted, even though they contradict Islamic values of modesty. And finally, erosion of local identity. Younger generations in the Islamic world are adopting Western culture, such as celebrating holidays like Halloween and Christmas, which has an impact on their local identity. This shift leads to a disregard for traditional Islamic customs and heritage.
First and foremost, the government and non-government need to strengthen Islamic education and awareness. The more Muslims are aware of Islamic principles, the more they can resist the temptations of liberalism, among other influences. Islamic education should not only provide knowledge on religion but also emphasize adherence to moral values as exposed in Islam. This will help Muslims understand the implications of assuming values against their religion and convince them to live according to the teachings of Islam. Promoting the values of modesty, integrity, and moral responsibility that are inculcated in the Al-Quran and Hadith, they can be a strong countermeasure against the erosion of moral values brought about by liberal ideologies. Furthermore, it is important to reinforce Islamic family values. The family is regarded as the cornerstone of Islamic society, and any strengthening of traditional family structures will go a long way in helping to preserve the social fabric of Muslim communities. Respecting each other between spouses, caring for parents, and responsibility toward children are some of the ingredients that keep the family intact. By underlining the role of the family in shaping moral character and social responsibility, Muslims reinforce the bonds of the family and ensure the continuity of Islamic values across generations. In conclusion, the influence of Western culture on the Islamic world is a complex issue. While Western civilization has contributed positively in areas like science and technology, its focus on secularism, individualism, and materialism challenges Islamic values and morality. behaviors conflicting with Islamic teachings, such as promiscuity and the erosion of Islamic structures, threaten Muslim society's moral fabric. Scholars like Syed Abul A'la Maududi and Ayatollah Khomeini reject Western secularism, advocating for Islamic governance. In contrast, scholars like Sheikh Yusuf Al-Qardawi and Dr. Taha Jabil Al-Alwani called for a balanced approach, encouraging Muslims to engage with beneficial aspects of modernity while staying true to their faith. By strengthening Islamic education and promoting awareness of cultural assimilation's dangers, Muslims can preserve their values and thrive in the modern world.